Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome to our next SWE special here. This is going to be maybe a little bit later than what it should have been, but Halloween Havoc is here. We're going to be specialising here from Rhode Island, Providence, Rhode Island, some of the darkest and most sinister characters SWE has to offer. And here we go then. Our opening match of the evening. As I mentioned yesterday in our episode of Mayhem, it's been a bit special. We've got for you Pentagon Jr. versus Finn Balor. That is what we want to see. I'm looking forward to this bad boy, I really am. First time match, of course. These two guys never really collided before. I wonder if they ever will get the chance. I don't know if Pentagon is someone who WWE would have on their radar. I should imagine he would be. He's one of the top independent wrestlers out there at the moment, so I'd be very surprised if he wasn't on their radar somewhere. But there you go. There's the man. Of course, next week we are going to be having the Carnage Championship Tournament to crown the first ever Carnage Extreme Champion, which is our spin-off of the X Division Championship. So it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And this man right here, Pentagon Jr., will be part of that tournament, as will his brother, of course, and tag team partner for SWE Season 3, Fenix. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Good old Finn Balor. As we've discovered over the last few days, longest entrance ever. A good 2-3 minute entrance he's got. I'm looking forward to this. And of course, if you've not seen Mayhem yesterday, it was a big night for Finn Balor, so definitely go back and check it out. There will be a link in the description below to the playlist for this SWE Universe mode. Plus, of course, you can always click on the little bit below my channel name to get yourself through to the channel and all the playlists and so forth as well. And here we see Finn Balor then rocking his special Halloween orange attire. Liking it? Gotta like it, haven't you? As you can tell, I'm completely ripping the community creations to shreds at the moment, taking every single Finn Balor attire I can find at this point in time. You've got to, don't you? You've got to try and mix things up. I like it. I like the fact that Finn Balor can have these alternative attires, though. That's the best thing about it, isn't it, really? He is pretty damn cool, isn't he? So why not take full advantage to what we've got? Nobody else in the universe mode, nobody else really in wrestling has this ability to really have all these really amazing, unique attires, and he's so cool the way that his attires are and the way that let him have the paint. I was so happy when Finn Balor first signed with WWE. I was so happy when Finn Balor first debuted in that tag team with Hideo Itami against the Ascension. I was really happy, but when Finn Balor made reference to the Demon and when Finn Balor actually turned up at TakeOver with the paint on, that for me was a massive thing. I did not expect WWE to allow him to go there, allow him to use the paint and so forth, especially because essentially it was a rip-off of Carnage, wasn't it? Carnage? Is it Carnage? No, what's his name? It might be Carnage now. It might be just getting my mind a bit funny. Yeah, Carnage, the Marvel character. I think that's what it is. So Finn Balor versus Pentagon Jr. First time ever, especially in SWE. We're in for a treat here, ladies and gentlemen. And we have some very interesting matches here for you this evening. Got Kane Vs Mil Muertes, Sting versus Vampiro, Bray Wyatt versus the Undertaker. We've got the Authors of Pain versus the Ascension. We have got Matanza Cueto versus Fenix inside a steel cage. We'll talk about that one a bit more later on. And I got something a little bit different. It's a little bit of a test in the water. It's a one-off. It's not going to happen again. But I thought I'd give it a try and see what you guys think about it. And that'll be, again, a little bit later on It's something that I've not done before in any of my videos. So you're either, it's going to be a bit of a Marmite situation. I think a lot of people either really like it or really hate it. What's wrong with Finn's hair? Is that right with Finn's hair? He's got lots of different colours in there. There's like loads of different coloured highlights. Quite sure what that's all about. Yeah, it is a bit weird, isn't it? Oh well. Pentagon and with Finn up on his shoulders, dropping in for the gutbuster. Wow. That was big, that was straight off the bat. Really doing some damage. Pentagon now bringing Finn Balor back up to his feet. Of course, Finn Balor, massive victory last night on Mayhem. But this could be a bit more of a different one for him. He needs to continue building up these ranking points, doesn't he? Arm breaker there by Pentagon. And Pentagon's had absolutely all of the offense so far in this match. Finn, oh, there we go. Commentator's curse. Commentator's curse, as you do. Finn bringing Pentagon back up, sends him into the ropes, into the dropkick, lovely. Finn bringing Pentagon back up and then into a DDT. Finn sort of decided against what he was going to go for there. Balor now once again bringing Pentagon up to a kneeling base. Went for the right hand, but Pentagon avoided it and went a running dropkick. Nice. And Pentagon dropping to the outside now. Of course, all the matches tonight are going to be hardcore-ish. This one here is a no disqualification. Stream rules based at this one. We've got mainly, I think all the matches more or less are Extreme Rules, apart from the Sting versus Vampiro match, which is going to be a tables match. And of course, Matanza, Cueto versus Fenix, which is a cage match. Another 7-match card here for you this evening. Finn Balor now dropping Pentagon neck first across that top rope. And Finn Balor, who had a bit of a slow start in this match, is finally starting to turn things around in his favour. And Finn might be looking to try and finish things off here already. What is wrong with Finn's hair? Drop kick right in the corner. Finn now heading up top. Looking for the coup de grace. He's hit it very early. Quick match here. There's the pin. 1, 2. And no. Pentagon Jr. kicked out. Wow. Again, Finn with a big splash this time from the top. Now into the head scissors, that's the word we're looking for. Pentagon now going to get the back of Finn, but Finn fighting back. Now Pentagon fighting back as well. Pentagon spinning Finn round. Looking for... Oh, Finn's rolled him through. Quick roll-up pin. 1, 2... Oh, referee, my God, you're so slow at counting. So slow at counting. One, 2, and still only a 2 count, but it's getting closer and closer and closer. Big uppercut there by Pentagon on Finn Balor. Finn avoiding Pentagon, sending him into the corner though. Pentagon taking Finn down. Finn taking Pentagon down now. Oh, locking in a knee bar. Interesting submission hold. Oh, big boot in the face by Pentagon. 1. Only a 1 count. Finn's going to take more keeping down than that, you know. Oh, nice. Look at that gory special. Nice. Or the cop killer as used by certain people. Pentagon taking Balor down into a sling blade now. Pentagon, oh, nice package buster there. Pentagon now bringing Balor. I think Pentagon was going for the pin there, but decides against it. Balor fighting back, spinning heel kick, but Pentagon quicker, catching Balor, sending him into the corner. Pentagon now taking Balor head up the top. He's not called Pentagon anymore, is he? He's called Penta El Sele Miedo, isn't it? Because obviously he left AAA and they own the name Pentagon by the sounds of it. Only enough for a 2 count though. Pentagon looking pretty knackered here. Pentagon up to the middle rope, went for the double elbows. Finn avoids it. And although this is an Extreme Rules match, both guys really not utilising the weapons that much, are they? So that Balor went for a drop kick there and completely missed it. Pentagon caught the leg and locked him in an Indian deathlock. This could be a tap out here. Balor's got to think about this this upcoming program he's got as given to him by Daniel Bryan, of course, trying to prove himself over the next few weeks, prove himself to be one of the top main event stars in Mayhem. He wants to be in that main event picture, wants to fight for the Mayhem Championship. And if he starts taking serious damage, or Pentagon's got a table. We want tables. We want tables. It could have backfired though on Pentagon here, really. Concentrating on getting the table, he should be concentrating on finishing Finn Balor off. There is the head scissors, but Pentagon managed to fight out. Both guys back up, Balor draping Pentagon over the ropes, and Pentagon just launching Balor over the top. Balor throwing Pentagon back into the ring. Oh, Pentagon with a boot in the... They punch in the gut of Balor, and Balor fighting back. Such a back and forth match, this one. No one able to really get full control. Balor, though, there's a sit-out slam. Hooking the leg for the pin. It's still only enough for a 2 count. What a strong start this is to our Halloween Havoc special here in SWE. Balor now stalking Pentagon. What does he have planned? Oh, looking for that underhook. Brainbuster. That was the move that he used to defeat Mankind on Mayhem yesterday. Oh, wait, he's not finished yet. He's going to go for a second. Oh, wow. Finn Balor is on incredible form here at the moment. There's the pin. And surely Pentagon's not getting up from 2 of those. Oh my god, he did. How on earth? How do you hit someone twice with your finisher maneuver, one after the other, and they tap out? Wow. Wow. Pentagon is not staying down. Balor willing Pentagon back up to his feet. Drop kick from the middle rope. Pentagon saw it coming and avoided it. Pentagon now rolling to the outside, maybe looking for a little bit of help. Balor catching him though, sending Pentagon into the corner. I thought he might be looking to set up for the coup de grace with that shotgun drop kick, but evidently not quite ready yet. Balor up on top. What's he going to go for here? Super Falcon Arrow onto the flat table. There's the pin once again. That could be enough. The damage done landed on that solid table. But no, it's still only a 2 count. Holy crap in hell. Oh, and Pentagon catches Balor. No. Went for the package pile driver. Balor managed to get into a Hurricanrana. This match is something else here at the moment. Underhook, Brainbuster once again on Pentagon. And still Pentagon crawls back up to his feet straight away. How is it even happening? Balor now into the sling blade. This match is insane. Absolutely freaking insane, this match. I cannot understand how they're surviving, for one. Balor now hooking it in. There's the 1916 as well. Dropping an elbow right in the heart of Pentagon. And Balor once again stalking Pentagon. I think Balor's realised it's going to have to take something incredibly special to keep this man down. And a fourth underhook brainbuster of the match. Surely that's got to be it. 1, 2. Oh my god. Oh my god. What on earth does Finn need to do? Finn thinks he knows. Oh no, okay, so I might be going for the coup de grace in case of door instead. And that is funny enough. How do you hit that many underhook brainbusters? Pentagon kicks out and then you win with a quesadora. That's a shame, but there we go. What a victory that was for Finn Balor. Exactly as he says there. Finn Balor offering a handshake here to Pentagon. Pentagon not having any of it. We know what Pentagon's like. He's not one for shaking hands. Not one ready for respect. He's out to prove himself. And what a match that was. There we go. It's a 5-star match. Our first ever 5-star match I've seen in the Universe mode. It was classed as the greatest of all time. And I feel like this is definitely going to be in our best match playlist. Definitely in that best match playlist. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be Kane versus Mil Muertes. Bit of extreme rules, as you do. I feel sorry, really sorry for these two guys having to try and follow up that Pentagon versus Demon Balor match. That was pretty insane. And I feel really sorry for them, but here we go. The Demon Kane. This should be an interesting match. Well, two big guys, very similar styles. This is why I don't like having the arena boards. The what are they called? The apron screens. Is that the right word? Apron screen? Sorry, it's quite late again. I'm struggling to keep up with my schedule at the moment. I'm sticking with April screens. I don't think that's right. Apron screens. But yeah, the problem is that when you have like normal people, you're fine. But when you've got retro people like this, that obviously these sort of screens on the side of the apron weren't available when they were wrestling, so therefore they just get given random ones. And obviously the random one that's been given here is the Raw one. It's a bit of a shame because I would have liked it to have been something a bit better. Maybe like the one with the tombstones and so forth, but... Anyway, there is the Demon Kane, the Devil's favourite demon. Let's see if he's the favourite demon here this evening. When he takes on Mil Muertes. Good old Mil Muertes. Where art thou, Mil? There he is, Mil Muertes. Everyone in this show's got such slow entrances, haven't they? Well, I'll tell you what, that entrance video he's got on the main screen looks pretty good, doesn't it, actually? And of course, the Authors of Pain thing in the background suits him pretty well as well. I'm quite happy with this. It's pretty cool, actually. Oh, I remember what was wrong with this Mil Muertes. It's stupid. The game, there's a lot of problems with this game still at the moment. They haven't fixed them yet. But there's a current issue at the moment where logos are not being loaded into the actual matches. So as you can see, Mil Muertes' mask, when we had the matchup screen, he had all of the logos on his mask. Now we're actually in the screen. Now we're actually in the match. All of his logos have disappeared. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? It's not happening to all wrestlers, only certain ones, and I don't quite know why. But it is sort of slowly getting... I mean, they're slowly trying to patch it. It might be a case I've got to re-download a new version that's been patched with a better version. I don't know, but it's not a major... It's not great, don't get me wrong, but it's not a major problem. We still get the idea. So we had this discussion last year, and I'm not going to have it too much here, but it looks like a big mismatch here, but you don't actually realise that Mil Muertes is actually quite short. I just always assumed that Mil Muertes was a big guy, the same size as like Kane and Taker and that, but he's not. He's only like 5'10", 5'11". He's roughly the same height as me. So that's why he looks quite short compared to Kane, because he is. He's about nearly about half a foot to a foot shorter than Kane. Nice one there, just Mil Muertes just rubbing his fist straight across the face of Kane. And of course, remember, this is Extreme Rules, so no disqualifications, no countouts. Pinfalls and submissions have to take place in the ring. Kane, I think Kane was looking for a tombstone there already. But it was a bit too early for that, wasn't it? Mil Muertes now bringing Kane back up to kneeling base. Couple of big right hands. Muertes now dropping into the pin. Only a 1 count. Muertes with a DDT. Mil Muertes taking a lot of control in this match at the moment, actually. I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing from him. Muertes now bringing Kane back up on the shoulders, or dropping him neck first across that top rope. Kane back up now. Muertes has him throttled. Muertes chokeslams Kane, using his own finisher maneuver against him. Now Muertes stalking Kane. And there's the flatliner. Wow, Muertes could have won this one right here. Mil Muertes rolls him over. This is, of course, Carnage versus Mayhem. And it is a... No, I was going to say it's a victory for Carnage, but it's not yet. Not yet. The Devil's favourite... Oh, my God, look at that right hand. That could have just knocked Mil Muertes' block clean off that bad boy. Kane. He's going to bring him back in the hard way now. Vertical suplex. Kane stamping on the back of Muertes, brings him back up to his feet. There's the snapmare. Raking the eyes of Mil Muertes. Drags him across. What's Kane got? Who left the WWE logos on the I must admit, I did download this arena. I was going to make one myself, and I had a look around and realised how good this one was. But I've just realised he's left the WWE logos on the turnbuckle pads. That's annoying, isn't it? It don't matter, does it, really? Let's face it. No one's paying attention to that, are they? Kane fighting back at two Goliaths here, colliding. And Kane with a power slam there on Mil Muertes. Now Kane heading up top. Muertes slow, but Kane, there's the diving clothesline. One of his specialities, Kane, but Muertes fighting straight back with that big elbow. And big clothesline on Kane as well. Muertes now big boots in the gut of Kane, bringing him back up to his feet. Muertes taking Kane up and slamming him into the turnbuckle and launching him across the ring. Tripping like a piece of trash there. There's the pin. One. Only a 1 count. Muertes bringing Kane back up, but Kane tripping Muertes over. Kane heading to the outside. Maybe looking for a little bit of help. What's under there, Kane? Kane with a steel chair. Oh. Oh. Kane can't quite decide whether he likes steel chairs or not. But running DDT, maybe just playing possum enough to trick Muertes into coming out here. And Kane now looking for that tombstone pile driver. There it is on the outside. That matting is not very thick at all. That matting is not going to protect you. It's about an inch thick, that matting. It's not great. But the problem is that Kane has is that they're on the outside of the ring. Kane can't go for the pin on the outside of the ring. Muertes now sending Kane into the ring. Rolls him over looking for the pin. There it is. 1, 2. Oh, only 1 count. Wow. Kane really showing himself as a strong member here. Muertes with a baseball bat now. Straight across the face of Kane. Okay, Muertes is in trouble. Muertes is in a lot of trouble. And there's the choke slam. And Muertes still not going to go for the pin though, but Kane... The thing is, you've got to try and take Kane down when you can. Sidewalk slam by Kane as well. Kane bringing Mil back up, big knee in the face. And Kane now throttling Mil Muertes. In for the choke slam. And that, ladies and gentlemen, should be that. The Devil's favourite demon, Kane, drops in for the pin. 1, 2... And, oh my god, Mil Muertes kicked out. Mil Muertes is only going to bloody kicked out. Big knee in the gut. Oh, a spear! Out of nowhere by Muertes. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Muertes out of nowhere with that massive spear taking Kane down and finishing him off for the 1, 2, and the 3. And that is a victory for Carnage over Mayhem. So far we've had Balor representing Mayhem defeating Pentagon representing Carnage. And we have had Mil Muertes representing Carnage defeating Kane, who is also representing Mayhem. So 2 pretty damn good match development. Just this spear out of nowhere was amazing. I like that. I really like that spear out of nowhere. It was a really good match. I'm just so disappointed with the whole logo situation at the moment because his tattoo is gone, all of his stuff's gone. It's really weird. It's really, really weird. But there you go. And here we go then. Here's our next match of the evening. It's going to be a tag team Tornado Extreme rules match between the Ascension and, of course, the Authors of Pain. Now, this is the first time that we're going to try this. The Tag Team Extreme Rules Tornado matches, they didn't work necessarily very well on 2K17. So I'm hoping this year they do work better on 2K18. And of course the Ascension here rocking some nice looking scary face paint. And thankfully the Ascension have got a nice quick entrance as well. I like the Ascension. I always have done. I feel like they're very underutilized in WWE. They're getting a bit more action here and there. I think their sort of introduction to a lot of the Breeze Dango stuff has helped them out a little bit more. They're coming across. Problem is when you start falling into the realm of a comedy style, it's not very good for you, is it? I do feel like these two guys will be used to maybe job to the Bludgeon Brothers, as will Breeze Dango as well. I think they're really going to push the Bludgeon Brothers pretty hard this time. I'm hoping they do anyway. Because I'm a big Luke Harper fan. I really want to see the best for Luke Harper. But what is going to happen here this evening? This is going to be a tricky one because it's a difficult match for these two. It really is a difficult match because the Authors of Pain are really hot property at this point in time in SWE. So this one is going to be a bit of Carnage versus Throwdown. So it's a very Carnage-based roster here this evening. There is a member of Carnage in every single match. And of course our main event is full Carnage. Matanza, Cueto versus Fenix. I'm just hoping this match type works this year. I really am. Now one of these two guys, I need to remember which one it is, but I know I've mentioned this a few times now. One of these two guys did come from a UFC background, or an MMA background, sorry. So they'll definitely be part of that MMA style tournament once we get a chance to do it. which I'm looking forward to doing, actually. That'd be quite good. Ah, good. The core creator I use a lot on PS4 Status, or Crow, sorry. Crow has uploaded a Mike Bennett and a Maria McCullough. That's good. Can actually use those now in Throwdown. That's pretty good. And also a new version of the Singh Brothers, which is nice as well. Excelente. And of course, I haven't got. Oh wow, Crow's done a Keith Lee. Oh my god, that Keith Lee is fantastic. Keith Lee was pretty good, I must admit, but that Keith Lee is very, very good. Crow, you're really on it this year, my man. Oh wow, that's a really good Alex Shelley as well. And Chris Saban, okay. We're going to have a lot of good calls coming to SW very, very soon then. These guys are really working overdrive to get these guys ready for us. Drew Gulak's available. Both members of Motor City Machine Guns are now available. Yes, good. This is what we needed. We needed to wait a few weeks to get some of the top guys available. That's what we needed. Now it looks like we're starting to get those. The Motor City Machine Guns are going to be a great addition to PJ Toby's Adrenaline roster, because I think at the moment he's struggling for tag teams. He hasn't got many. He picked quite a few in the draft, but some of the ones he picked were quite obscure, and it's taken us a bit more time to try and find them, really. Oh, I see. They're treating this match like a fatal four-way now, then, are they? So when someone's taken a lot of damage, they roll to the outside. Interesting. Interesting. Of course, last year we had a big problem where people were on the ground, and instead of being pinned, someone would go after the other person. So it was sort of people weren't going for the pin. So hopefully this year it's working. But if it's working like the fatal four-way and triple threat situation where people roll out the ring when they've taken a lot of damage, this could actually be a very strong match type for us this year. Now, I don't know which one's Akam and which one's Rezar. I've got a feeling Akam is the one closest to us, and Rezar is the further one away. But at the moment, the Authors of Pain are in full control of the Ascension. And you see, when one person rolls out the ring, it really creates a very bad situation for the other one, as it turns into a 2-on-1 assault, really. There's the snapmare taking Connor down. And it's a good chance to work over Connor while Victor's down the outside. Victor's back in, and yeah, Victor just catches Akam there pretty easily. There's the pin by one of the Authors of Pain. I don't know which one's which. Which one's got the tattoo? And there we go, Connor's back on the outside. And now it's 2-on-1 once again, Authors of Pain against Victor this time. For the clothesline, but Victor avoided it and gets caught with a big flat-out STO. Now, will they be intelligent enough to use tag team maneuvers? That's the question. As Connor's back in the ring, trying to fight back, and oh, maybe the Ascension have a bit of control here. And maybe they do, as Victor lines him up. Butterfly powerbomb. Wow, they could do this, the Ascension, if it goes to the pin. Connor goes to the pin. Two. Oh, it's only a 2 count. Akam was outside the ring. I know I think I've been calling everyone Akam at the moment. There's a pin as well, broken up. But that was pretty close. Victor almost getting the victory. And now the Authors of Pain turn it around once again. And they're in full control. Boston Crab here. Victor has the ropes, but of course, rope breaks do not count in an Extreme Rules match, do they? Oh, and he does manage to break free. Connor wasn't helping there much, was he? Connor was trying to build up some more momentum. Connor now, big flapjack. Go for the pin again, maybe? Nope. He's fighting back, and Connor is looking for a little bit of weaponry on the outside. Oh, what a massive clothesline. Connor having that little bit of an issue where they keep picking up a steel chair and throwing it down again. Alley-oop there. And Connor taking a right hand in the face as well. Big right in the gut, and massive clothesline as well. And it's a very back and forth match, this one, but Authors of Pain again in control, and this could be the end. Razor lining up. Victor, Connor's down the outside. There's the big jackknife powerbomb. In for the pin. 1, 2. Connor's back up on his feet, but he can't get there in time. And the Authors of Pain are victorious in this Tag Team Extreme Rules Tornadoes match. It was a pretty good match, actually. I feel like this style of match does actually work now. It probably works better than the actual normal tag team match does, so we might use this one a bit more. And I wonder if is there a 6-man tag tornado match? I wonder if there is. This might work really well for that as well, actually. But there's the jackknife that finished it off on Victor. And the Authors of Pain are victorious. Of course, Authors of Pain this week do have a #1 contendership match against American Alpha on Throwdown. If they win that, they get a chance at the Gorillas of Destiny. And at the moment, Authors of Pain are looking so strong that you feel like it might just be a matter of time before they're holding gold in this universe mode. And here's our next match of the evening. It is going to be Sting versus Vampiro in a tables match. Now, this match is a very, I say close one to my heart as such, but I remember when I used to watch WCW, the Sting versus Vampiro feud is one of the ones that I remember the most. Of course, it ended in that Human Torch match. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was a really, really good little... Well, I don't know. I think it got a little bit of hate here and there, but I enjoyed it. I like a bit of a weird gimmicky style feud. That's why I like Lucha Underground, I suppose, isn't it? But yeah, I quite enjoy this idea. So Sting versus Vampiro. In a tables match. Now, the first time we've had a real... Is it the first time we've had a tables match? We might have had one already, actually. But I don't know off the top of my head whether it was stable or not. So we're going to find out, I think. I think so, anyway. It's tricky to tell, isn't it? Because every time they patch something, it seems to make some things better and some things worse, to be honest. But I'm hoping this is one of those stable ones, because I really, like I said, I really like the idea of having a lot of different match types this year. Last year, because everything was a little bit glitchy here and there, we ended up sticking very much to standard matches week after week after week, and when I say it got boring as such, but there wasn't a lot of variation. Now this year we've got more wrestlers. Hopefully we've got more match types, and I think some of the make-up match types we can make ourselves will be a little bit better as well. We can start to rock out on some, I don't know, best 2 out of 3 falls, first blood, Iron Man, submission style matches, all sorts of matches that we can create ourselves. When I confuse the game completely and try and make like a best 2 out of 3 falls, first blood match, does that just completely destroy the game and just completely confuse the life out of it? I don't know if that would work or not. I really like this Vampiro though, you know, really like this Vampiro. Of course, he picked up a debut win last week on Carnage when he defeated Bam Bam Bigelow. And now he has an opportunity here to continue the assault as he faces off against, of course, Sting. Sting is a different aspect to what Bam Bam Bigelow was, though, in fairness. Bam Bam Bigelow is a good wrestler, former hardcore champion on Carnage, but Sting is a former television champion over on Mayhem, one of the top wrestlers on the game. This is really a big test for Vampiro. If he can win here, Vampiro, then they're going to see a long and strong journey for him on Carnage this year. Which I know a few of you would be happy about. A few of you were really talking him up in the comment section last week. And of course, don't forget, we've still got 4 more matches for you. We've got Sting versus Vampiro. We've got Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. We have got Matanza. No, Sting versus Vampiro is now. Yeah, we've got 3 matches left for you after this one then. Vampiro, nope. Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker. Matanza, Cueto versus Fenix. And then something a little bit different that I don't know whether you're going to like or you're going to hate or what. But it's just a little thing, just a little gimmicky thing. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll try it out. We will try it out. Vampiro here straight away, locking in some good moves here on Sting. But Sting fighting back. It's going to be a very back and forth start to the match, I feel. It's down to who really takes control in the long term. Sting sending Vampiro off the ropes. Now into an atomic drop. Vampiro struggling there. His nuts have been well and truly destroyed. Sting now draping Vampiro across that middle rope. And he's going to follow it up with that big, just dropping the body weight straight across the chest and the neck of Vampiro. Sting look for that big chop of Vampiro catching him. And now into a nice slam there, almost like a rock bottom there. Vampiro really wrenching back of that arm of Sting. It's going to be really painful, that. Maybe potential submission in the future. Sting now getting caught up in the head scissors with the elbows right in the forehead by Vampiro. Vampiro now bringing Sting back up to his feet. Over the right hand, but Sting fighting back. Vampiro sending Sting into the corner, but Sting fighting back with a back elbow, now taking Vampiro up. Or if he throws him over the top. Oh, I thought he was going to throw him over the top for the table then for a second. That would have been insane. That would have been a hell of a way to win a tables match. Is Sting considering the tables match now? Nope, he's going to go for... What's he going to go for here? Double axe handle from the middle rope. Sting now bringing Vampiro back up. Drops him on the top with the snake eyes. The Vampiro's there playing possum. Back up on his feet, taking Sting down with a stiff clothesline. So yeah, like I said, don't forget Vampiro you can watch on Carnage. Sting is of course over on Mayhem. Vampiro just slamming the face of Sting right in the mat, in the turnbuckle pad. That's the words I'm looking for. Vampiro now taking the long route round, but he's on his way up to the top. What's Vampiro got here? Big splash on Sting. And Vampiro rolls to the outside, the first man to look at tables. And Vampiro brings the table into the ring. The kick in the back of the head of Sting. Now Vampiro swinging that table and catching Sting right in the face before using it as a blunt object still. But now Vampiro is setting that table up. Are we going to see the beginning of the end of this tables match here on SWE Halloween Havoc? Sting taking Vampiro down. And Sting going to take advantage. If Vampiro set that table up and Sting almost snapmared Vampiro through the table. That would have been a really disappointing way to end the tables match, wouldn't it? Vampiro now dragging Sting across. Drapes him on the table, now slamming him face first on that table. But Sting fighting back. Sting now dragging Vampiro over to the table. Vampiro fighting. I think Sting walked straight past the table by mistake there. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but you know. Sting now again. Well, this time throwing Vampiro into the corner. I thought he might be taking him towards that table again, but obviously realising he needs to do a little bit more damage on Vampiro first. Well, if that table was a little bit closer, a superplex would do this, you know. It's still going to be pretty close, though. If he can hit the superplex, it's still going to be pretty close. Vampiro's feet could go through those through the table. Let's have a look. Sting. Oh, no. That table was a little bit closer. It would have been enough. Sting now gets a hold of the table. He's going to set it up in the corner instead. Sting bringing Vampiro back up, sending him into the corner. Right on that table, Sting. Exploder suplex through the table, and Sting is victorious in this tables match. He picks up the all-important ranking points to take back to Mayhem, and Vampiro back to the drawing board for him. In fairness, Sting wasn't the favourite to win this one, was he? Let's face it. Sting was always on paper the favourite to win this match. And it was a very well hard-fought match by Vampiro. But tonight just wasn't his night. And I'm sure as time goes on, Vampiro will get some more opportunities to prove himself. But it's a great win here for Sting. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be Bray Wyatt taking on the Phenom himself, the Undertaker. Extreme rules once again, so pinfall submissions must take place in the ring. But apart from that, there's no disqualifications, no countouts, no nothing. No nothing. Wow, that's a really old picture of Bailey. It's a really old picture of Bailey. So here we go then. There's the lamp. I'm assuming that Bray Wyatt's there. It's not just floating through the air on its own. But you can never quite tell, can you? You can never quite tell. That could be floating around anywhere. Bray Wyatt's entrance is a little bit bored as well. This one is, of course, again, a Carnage in Bray Wyatt versus Mayhem and The Undertaker. It's very much been a Carnage versus Mayhem evening, hasn't it? Of course, Sting was that as well. So Balor versus Pentagon was Carnage versus Mayhem. Kane versus Mil Muertes was Mayhem versus Carnage. Authors of Pain versus Ascension was Carnage versus Throwdown. Sting versus Vampiro was Carnage versus Mayhem. And of course Bray Wyatt versus The Undertaker, Carnage versus Mayhem. The next two matches are not Carnage versus Mayhem, I can promise you that. There's different things going on in both of these matches. One we know already is going to be Matanza Cueto versus Fenix. Now that of course does travel on from our previous episode of Carnage, and the reason it's in a side of steel cage is so we make sure that there is no interference and no attacks on either man in that match, and we do get a fair one-on-one contest. However, the other match, like I said, is a little bit out there. You're either going to like it or you're not. And I don't quite know how to really, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. It's one of those things. It's a bit out there. It's completely different to anything I've done on this channel before. But like I said, you're going to like it or you're not going to like it. And it's just one of those sort of things. I've never done it before. It's not sort of my thing. But I thought with this special being themed and so forth, it just makes sense. But like I say, we'll push on. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. It is next, as we await the entrance of the Phenom himself, The Undertaker. Here's German, The Undertaker. Now this for me was, it did happen at WrestleMania of course, but this for me was the match that should have happened at WrestleMania and should have been the end of The Undertaker's run. Brock Lesnar did not need to defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. It didn't help him at all. It didn't help The Undertaker at all. It didn't really help anything. It was the cheap trick to try and get a wow moment at that WrestleMania. That's all it was. For me, Bray Wyatt defeating The Undertaker would have elevated him to the next platform, would have handed the torch over to the natural progressor of that style of wrestling, that style of dark character in WWE, and that for me is what should have happened. I am very, very disappointed in WWE. I just don't understand the whole idea of Brock getting the win. I don't understand the whole idea of Roman Reigns getting the win over The Undertaker either. For me, The Undertaker's streak should never have been beaten. For me, The Undertaker's streak should have been kept sacred and should have been kept as a top thing in WWE. It should have been something that should have been kept and then handed over, like I said, retired by Bray Wyatt, handing over. Would have been really interesting, right? If they finished it off, right? And this is probably gonna. I've not said this out loud, so this could be bad when I say it out loud. If they had done The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, and at the end of it, maybe break character a little bit, maybe see the shake of hands between the two, and maybe The Undertaker presents Bray Wyatt with, I don't know, his hat maybe. His hat, and that could be like a symbol of like passing the torch. Or he could have like physically passed the torch. We've seen The Undertaker before when he comes out with an entrance where all the guys are carrying the flaming torches. If he'd literally passed one of those to Bray Wyatt, that would have been quite interesting, wouldn't it? But yeah, it just for me it would have made more sense because Bray has struggled to really elevate himself up to that next level. He is a former SmackDown champion now. And for me, he's been one of the best champions SmackDown had in the previous years. Of course, you've got Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt. You've got AJ Styles and that as well. But for me, I just really want to see Bray Wyatt in that situation. But yeah, I really want to see Bray Wyatt back in the main event picture. But at the moment, it doesn't look like he's that. The thing is, I've said this before with Bray Wyatt, right? I want to see him in the main event picture in WWE. But at the same time, he doesn't need to be in the main event picture because he's a good enough wrestler with a good enough character and a good enough personality to be able to walk into a pay-per-view in a feud match and that match to mean something. Whereas certain other people, like, for example, Roman Reigns, it's not very easy to have Roman Reigns' matches mean something at a pay-per-view without having a championship involved, which is why he's had so many championships. And it's the same with a lot of people. Like, people aren't interested in Roman Reigns versus some random person at a pay-per-view when there's nothing to it. But you throw a championship in there and all of a sudden it's worth more. That was the idea behind the Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg match. But at the same time, Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg did not need a championship. It was already going to be a highly anticipated match. So again, the WWE, the way they do certain things to me just doesn't make a lot of sense. But then again, it's them that's doing it, I suppose, not me. I've not got any control over it. I wish I did sometimes, don't get me wrong, but I've not been hired yet. Although I do feel like myself and PJ Toby, with some of the ideas that we come up with for SWE, we should be getting some sort of recognition with WWE at this point in time. The problem is, the things we have so many great ideas, but we're really limited sometimes to the game's sort of limitations. Like, there's so many great things we want to do, but the game limits us really in a lot of things. As Bray Wyatt back in the ring, catching Taker, sends him into the corner. Bray Wyatt looks a bit slimmer this year. Bray sending Taker into the far side now. Big splash in that corner, and Taker drops flat. Of course, more big points unavailable here. And don't forget, Bray Wyatt is actually your Carnage Wired champion, of course. He won that upper mid-card championship last week by defeating Eric Young in the main event of Carnage. Taker, oh, big steel chair right across the back, and then thrown out to the ring as Bray Wyatt escapes. Bray Wyatt being clever here, just trying to avoid the Undertaker as and when he can. And again, the Taker grabs that chair again. But Bray catches him before he gets a chance to use it. Taker now taking Bray up on his shoulders. Half an aeroplane spin there, then dropping Bray snake eyes across that top rope, and Bray drops into the corner. But Bray out of nowhere, that big slam on the Undertaker. Dropping a boot right in the gut. And now, went for some sort of cannonball there, but Taker moved out the way. And went for the backdrop, but Bray turned it into a crossbody and did catch the ropes on the way down. That's not helpful, but 1, 2, 2 count, and Taker's struggling though. Taker is struggling, and now Bray stalking the Undertaker. Assist to Abigail here would be massive for Bray Wyatt. There it is, mid of the ring as well. Bray drops into the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and it's only a 2 count. Only a 2 count. We get to that point now again. We had it in 2K18 quite a lot when people are kicking out of the finishing maneuvers quite often, which is not a great thing, is it? Especially because you don't often finish a match unless you hit your finisher maneuver. So once you've hit one, then you've got to build up for a second one, haven't you? It takes quite a long time. Taker bringing Bray back up. I thought it was looking maybe to take him up for a tombstone, but Bray able to fight free. Now Bray with the back sent on, taking Taker down. 1, 2, and still only a 2 count. Bray Wyatt could not believe it. He was convinced he had this match won. Bray bringing Taker back up to his feet. Oh, but Taker just launching Bray over the top. Nice backbreaker there. And Taker stalking Bray Wyatt as much as he can. Taker now with Bray up on his shoulder. Dropping him face first across that top rope. Top rope? The apron, should I say. And a steel chair. No, it's a baseball bat this time. Oh, Taker sending Bray right into the ring post and steps. Taker now bringing Bray back up to his feet and a big right hand. Bray sliding free though. Into a Saito suplex. Bray now stalking the Undertaker. It's great, Bray. If you're going to hit another Sister Abigail, it's great, but you're outside the ring. You need to get Taker back in the ring if you want to win this match, and you probably would have done if you'd had that finish it in the middle of the ring. But now you've got to try and get him back in, which is not an easy thing to do on this game. Because they are a little bit stupid in the way they try and do it, aren't they? Bray Wyatt here from the top. Oh my god, what a back senton. What a back senton that is. It's from the top to the outside. That is real extreme, that is. That's got to do a lot of damage to the back of Bray Wyatt as well, though, hasn't it? A lot of damage to the back of Bray Wyatt. Taker sending Bray into the ring. So if Taker can hit one big finisher here, he might have this match won, you know. Bray's already hit 2, but he's got to save up another one before he can really think about winning this match. Oh, but Bray, there's that big slam. That could be enough. That could have been enough, but doesn't go for the pin. Bray now bringing Taker back up to a kneeling base. Bray clotheslines Taker to the outside. What's taking to the outside again for? What's the point? You need him inside the ring to win it. What's the point in taking him outside the ring again? If he picks him up and throws him straight back in, that's going to be like... Oh man, why are you hitting it on the outside again? Do you not want to win this match, Bray? Bray Wyatt should have won this match a long time ago. That's his third Sister Abigail, but because he keeps taking him outside the ring, he's not going to win the match. Wow. Bray now slamming his boot on the back of the knee of the Undertaker. I'm just struggling with Bray's tactics. It seems so out there, and then you watch this. Taker's going to get in the ring now. He's going to hit a chokeslam or a tombstone. He's going to win this match. Taker taking Bray back up on his shoulders, dropping him across that top rope. Into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. I didn't notice the Taker's been busted open either, actually. Did not notice that. Taking a dropping a boot right in the back of the leg of Bray Wyatt. Now bringing Bray back up to his feet. Oh, a little bit of old school maybe. Taker walking the tightrope. There it is, old school. And I just choking the grounded Bray Wyatt. And you know what? I think if Taker wins this match, Bray's going to be very, very disappointed in himself, you know. Taker sending Bray into the corner. Oh, wow. Just send him shoulder first into that post as well. Pinned by Taker. 2. Only a 2 count. Taker now stalking Bray Wyatt. Takes him up. This could be the end of Bray Wyatt here. Tombstone pile driver. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. The Undertaker does pick up the victory. And if I'm Bray Wyatt, I'm incredibly disappointed in my own tactics there, because hitting 3 finisher maneuvers, but 3 of them being outside the ring, for me, it's just crazy. Why did that even happen? Why would you hit 2 of your finisher maneuvers on the outside when you can't take advantage of the situation? It's just crazy for me. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But there you go. That is it for this match anyway. The Undertaker's victorious. He's the one taking the ranking points back over to Mayhem. Definitely going to strengthen his position over there. which he needs to do. He needs to prove to PJ Toby there's a lot of talent over on Mayhem. Taker needs to prove to PJ Toby that he should be at the upper part of that talent. The same situation that Finn Balor's got, I suppose. Now, it's time for something a little bit different, isn't it? I believe there's something happening backstage. Let's cut straight backstage now. There's a bit of a commotion happening. It's dark. What's going on? I said it was being a little bit different. Brace yourselves. It will happen eventually. Will it? There we go, it does, yeah. Well, I thought Halloween episode. What do you do in a Halloween episode? You change things up. You do a little bit of a special, didn't you? A little bit out there, like I said. It's Freddy versus Jason. It is a one-off. Like I said, both these guys are not going to be involved in our universe mode moving forward, but it's Halloween Havoc. You got to try something different, and you got to try and oh, there we go. I don't think I've ever been this far away from the... It'd be nice to explore some different areas in these backstage brawls, but people don't tend to. They tend to stick around this area here where the locker room that is, but we are moving a bit further down the corridor this time in this backstage brawl. And I think, obviously, Jason's going to have the big strength advantage. Freddy looks a little bit quicker. I don't know why I'm trying to commentate on this like it's a proper wrestling match. It's just two random fake characters wrestling. Well, that is wrestling, I suppose, isn't it? But there you go. I completely did myself in there, didn't I? Look how tall Jason is, my god. Oh, we're going to see a bit further down here then, are we? So that is Dean Ambrose having an interview further down there, which is pretty cool. I'd like him to explore these areas a bit more. There's a door that, I think that's the door to the authorities' office, isn't it? We've not been in there before. Wow, look at that submission hold there, just destroying Freddy Krueger. Jason Voorhees now bringing him back up to his feet. But Freddy fighting back, and we are getting further and further down this area. I've not been down here before, like I said, but it's pretty cool. Oh, he's on the electrical panel. What's he looking for here? Oh, speared him into the electrical panel. And down he goes. Is that it? No. I thought that might be. That would have been a pretty cool way to end it, wouldn't it? But Freddy's got some more action here. He's going to go for a bit of high risk. Is he? He went for the elbow, but Jason, playing possum, rolled out the way. Straight to the electrical panel once again. Going to return the favour by the looks of it. Speared straight into that panel. And down goes Jason. No, Freddy. Both of them, really. And I think that is going to be it. In the battle of Freddy versus Jason. No. I keep thinking it's finished. But it's not. They're really using that that electrical board quite a lot, aren't they? God, explore some more of the area. Or... oh, we went for a powerbomb and Jason able to break free and now showed off his muscles here. What a weird... I don't know why I did this. I just spur of the moment sort of thing. I thought, you know what, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll have a bit of a difference. As... oh, flatliner there by Jason and Freddy. That's not it either. Wow. Of course, these matches work on a knockout basis. There's a massive size, strength advantage for Jason. I've never watched these films, you know. I'm not really a big horror film fan, but... I don't know, it's a sort of genre I've got into a little bit more recently, but it's not really something that's interested me in the past. That Dean Ambrose interview is lasting forever, isn't it? I think they're just chatting about what they're going to have for dinner when they go home. Again, every time Jason tries to go for something big on Freddy, Freddy's able to to use his agility to break free very quickly. Freddy now looking to dive once again, landing knees first on the back of Jason, who looks like he's holding his own knee as well. That was a very Family Guy situation with the Family Guy situation there by Jason. And we're getting further and further away from the new area, aren't we? Oh, we're going back, good. We've gone further now. We are level with the authorities' office. We gonna go in there? Nope. Yes, we are. Boom. Ah, PJ Toby's watching Raw in his office. This is a weird little room, isn't it? Nice. There's a flatliner once again. It's not enough. Jawbreaker there by Jason. On Freddy. Jason's got an idea. Oh, there's Stephanie. Wow, Stephanie stood there. I didn't realise that would happen. Stephanie stood there at her desk just watching this happen. Pretty calm considering that she's got Freddy versus Jason fighting in her office, like, but you know. Jawbreaker. And a belly-to-belly slam. These two guys are incredibly resilient. I can't believe one of them hasn't won yet, to be honest. Elbow in the leg there by Jason on Freddy. Freddy dragging Jason along. I don't know what they're looking for here. Just slamming him face first on the desk. And once again into the desk. Now, nice tilt-a-whirl neckbreaker. You see the energy is running low here for Freddy Krueger. As he wrenches back at the arm. I did not expect this to last that long, to be honest. I thought this would be a nice little quick backstage brawl segment, but it's actually ended up becoming quite a long match, hasn't it? Jason with the right hand, but Freddy again waiting for him. Straight into the door frame. And it's that running flatliner once again. And there we go, Freddy Krueger does enough to finish Jason Voorhees off. And in the battle of Freddy versus Jason, it's Freddy Krueger who comes out on top. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a bit of a random little thing in the background. It was a one-off. These two guys won't be involved anymore, but it's a Halloween special. You've got to have some Halloween characters in there, haven't you? Main event time, though. And here we go then, main event of the evening. Matanza Cueto takes on Fenix, this time inside a steel cage. Of course, last week this match was scheduled, and during the entrance, Matanza Cueto was assaulted from behind by Brock Lesnar. That led to Fenix really getting a strong advantage before the match even started, and Fenix ended up defeating Matanza Cueto. Matanza Cueto, who was undefeated at that point in time, had not been pinned or not submitted the whole way through SWE, and that was his first loss at the hands of Fenix, but mainly because of the attack by Brock Lesnar. Tonight, Fenix gets a chance to prove that it was all him and not just Brock Lesnar's attack, and he can do it again. And of course, we put the whole thing inside a steel cage to ensure that nobody does get involved, and we do get a sole one-on-one match. Now, cage matches last year were not fantastic. Once again, it was another match type where it didn't work too well, and there were some issues with it, and it worked how it was supposed to work, I suppose, but the matches just always ended really, really quickly when they probably shouldn't have ended as quick. People could just get up and climb out the cage within a couple of minutes, which was always a problem. So I'm hoping now we're not going to get that. Now, I have been trying to find a better Matanza Cueto. I think this one's alright. It needs a little bit of work. It is quite skinny, as people have mentioned. I've tried to make it fatter myself, and I just can't work out how to use the bloody creation suite this year. I've found the body type bit, I've selected the body type I want, and for some reason it won't let me make it bigger or smaller. So I'm not quite sure what is going on with that at this point in time, but it don't matter. It don't matter, it'll be okay. And I'm looking forward to this bad boy. This is our main event, of course, like I said. This is your main event of the evening. I'm looking forward to this. This is the what we've all been leading up to here tonight. Can Matanza Cueto re-enter his reign of dominance here in SWE? Or can Fenix prove that he's not just a one-hit wonder? he can defeat Matanza any night of the week. And of course, Fenix is going to be part of our tournament next week as well. Next weekend, our special is going to be an Extreme Championship tournament. That's the one. The Extreme Championship, as I mentioned earlier on this evening, is going to be basically Carnage's X Division Championship. So it's not about weight limits, it's about no limits. And we've got the likes of Fenix, Drago, Psychosis, Pentagon, Killshot, Dante Fox. All those sort of guys will be involved in that tournament. And the winner will walk away the first ever Carnage Extreme Champion. Arm breaker there by Matanza, Cueto on Fenix. Spinning Fenix round and straight away, looking for a big, gutbuster. Yeah, so last year people would start climbing the cage almost straight away and would be able to get out the cage quicker than people could recover. The timings weren't really balanced very well. But so far, there's a few things we've tried tonight have worked pretty well. The tables match worked pretty well. I was happy with that. The Tornado tag team match worked pretty well. I was happy with that as well. So 2 new match types that last year weren't fantastic this year are working. So who knows? The cage match could be pretty good as well, and I hope it is. Because we have a plan for another big cage match we want to do at some point in time. And here we go. Matanza Cueto looks to try and start climbing. And as you can see, the climbing's quite quick. But Fenix is going to get there. Fenix, get there. Fenix, get there. Fenix. Fenix, don't do this, Fenix. Oh, he has got there. Okay. I was worried. Oh, my God. German suplex on the top of the cage. And now Fenix could probably climb out himself, to be honest. Fenix taking Matanza up into the ropes. There's a running super kick. Like I say, it's going to be a pretty quick match, this, isn't it? Because Matanza was out. Straight after that big fall from the top of the cage, Matanza was knackered. He had really taken a lot of damage, but Fenix looking to continue the assault before he goes for it. And in theory, Fenix should be able to climb out this cage pretty quickly because he should be very agile, should be very quick. And is he going to go for it? Don't go for it yet. Because you will get out, Fenix. I know you will. Fenix now jumping. I don't know who came out better than that. I think Fenix just about got a lot of damage on Matanza like he was aiming for, but I don't think he quite got as much as he wanted. Matanza, big clothesline to the back of Fenix. Matanza now bringing Fenix back up, but Fenix catching Matanza with a jawbreaker. Rolling forearm, but now Matanza sending Fenix into the corner. Fenix fighting back, dropkick, but Matanza not dropping. I like this new dynamic on the game as well, where big people like super heavyweights or people who are very, very strong, it takes several hits to knock him off the feet. Like if you dropkick a cruiserweight, he's probably going to go down straight away. You dropkick or punch a super heavyweight, and it takes various strikes to actually knock them down. They tend to stagger quite a lot. Fenix escapes the clutches of Matanza Cueto. In now to the Russian leg sweep. Fenix now bringing Matanza back up. If Fenix can get another victory of Matanza Cueto here this evening, then you'd have to fancy Fenix as breaking into that main event picture on Carnage. Like I say, we know he's going to be part of that cruiserweight division. But if he can be part of that main event picture as well, as Fenix now stalking Matanza Cueto. Oh, he's not going to do it, is he? Oh my God, he's going to do it. Steiner screwdriver. Steiner screwdriver by Fenix. That's got to be it. Fenix going to go for the pin. 1, 2. No, it's only a 2 count. Wow. Matanza Cueto kicked out of the Steiner screwdriver inside the cage. And now Fenix going to go for the escape option instead. Can Matanza Cueto get back up to his feet? I feel like Fenix should have gone for the escape option straight away, to be honest. And Matanza is starting to stir. He's back up to his feet, but Fenix is already over the top, and Fenix has escaped. And Matanza Cueto has lost once again, but he did not get pinned this time. And Fenix is victorious. Wow, Fenix racking up some immense ranking points here this week. And of course, picked up a victory last week on Carnage against Drago, and then later on in the evening against Matanza Cueto as well. And now picking up an escape victory. Of course, he went for the pin. Matanza would not let him be pinned. However, Matanza was not able to get up quick enough for Fenix to be able to escape the cage, and that is a win here for Fenix. So, cage match is still a little bit rough around the edges. Like Fenix got up and over so quick then that Matanza really had no chance. And yeah, it's a match type that could work. I think if we took off, and this is going to sound stupid, But if we took off Escape from the Cage on Cage Match and just literally had it as a pinfall or submission, it could work really well. And then again, that takes away part of the whole cage match aspect, I suppose. But there we go. That is the end of the match, and that is the end of Halloween Havoc. I hope you have enjoyed this SWE special. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like. And of course, if you're new around here and you want to see some more, then please do hit that subscribe button as well. We are back tomorrow for our next episode of SWE, and that is going to be SWE Octane, which should be a pretty good show, actually. I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.